I attended my first therapy session about 2 months after my husband died. And of all the tools I've been introduced to and powered with, learning how to breathe is one that keeps helping me over and over, even 19 months later. Welcome to I Know How This Story Ends podcast. I'm your host, Tiwa Adetoye, a fashion business entrepreneur, author, speaker, and most recently, a widow and single mom. I showed up to my therapy sessions hoping it will help me make sense somehow of my new reality. I didn't say much. The therapist I had started with was one that came with where my husband used to work. And so I was only entitled to 5 sessions. And by the fourth session, she was so concerned that not only was I not improving, but it seemed as if I was getting worse. I was showing up. I just didn't say anything. I'm not even sure if I heard what was being said, but I showed up. This was the season when all I did was to keep going. I couldn't afford to stop. I couldn't sleep. I had to fall asleep. I was always busy doing something, filling out paperwork, taking care of my baby and my older one, anything and everything. And my only escape from my reality was when I finally fell asleep. On 2 occasions, I dreamt about my husband. It was a normal, regular, day to day activity in the dream. I remember that period. I looked forward to falling asleep so that I could see him. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't like the reality that was waiting for me where he wasn't there. My then therapist, of all she said that I could remember, because again I was just showing up, but nothing was happening to me. She kept introducing me to breathing tools and breathing exercises because there was so much chaos. There was so much chaos externally and internally. The internal ones were worse than the external ones. As little as going to the mailbox was chaotic for me. She encouraged me to reach out to another therapist that could continue after she was going to end on the fifth session, and I did. My gynecologist also referred me to a therapist for, well, as an outpatient new mom and for a grieving new mom. So I started that journey. And again, this therapist was all about learning to breathe. I need to learn to catch my breath. I need to learn to internalize peace, even with the chaos that is going around. At some point, I eventually listened. And there are many types of breathing techniques out there. It's supposed to help calm and deal with anxiety and all that. I mean, I couldn't even stop to remember as little as John 3:16, let alone any other promise or assurance that I thought God had for me. This one is called Smell the Roses, Blow Out the Candle. It's a mindful breathing practice. Like the name implies, I get to inhale slowly as if I'm taking in the smell or the sweet scent of a rose, say for 5 seconds. I'll hold my breath for 3 seconds and then slowly exhale through my mouth as if I'm blowing out a candle. The target is for 10 seconds, but I've only been able to make it to 7 or 8. And we do this in the session. I remember having to practice my breathing again. Sometimes earlier this year, when I had a panic attack, I went into my car and I did the breathing exercise. Inhale for 5 seconds, hold your breath for 3 seconds, and exhale slowly for 10 seconds. And repeat for as many times as possible. You know what happens each time I do that? Of course, the worries and the chaos and the troubles, they're still there. But at that moment, I become present. I'm no more passive about my present moment. Wherever I am, I could put my hand on, if I'm in the car, on my dashboard, if I'm in the kitchen or at the table, feel the objects around me. If I have a mint or something, put it in my mouth, actually taste it or drink water. Try to engage my five senses, and then something magical begins to happen on the inside. Things like I lie down, I sleep, I wake up again because the Lord sustains me. Proverbs, for example, when you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Music is good, it helps me, it's calming. So is tea and fried plantain, known as dodo. But peace that makes no sense in chaos, and I mean the chaos. Things to do, bills to pay, places to go, appointments to keep, jobs to apply to, diapers to change. But the peace that makes no sense in all of this, memories from a late husband, or thinking, why is this happening to me again? But then God's peace just draws into my lungs and fills me up with His promises. The Holy Spirit brings to my remembrance one or two of my favorite scriptures, and then I'm okay. Yeah, smelling the roses and blowing out the candle. I should mention that I am still learning to breathe. I hope this encourages you to do same as well. This is not where this story ends. But thank you for tuning in today. My website, tiwaadetoye.com/podcast, is a great place to stay connected with me. And please share this episode with anyone, and I mean anyone, who needs a reminder about God's love for us. Until next time, friends, Tiwa is rooting for you.